When you're in GarageBand and you want to record your own loop set, there's a couple of features that you have to notice along the top. On the very top, you'll notice there's an arrow pointing to the right. That's your play option. Anything that you have selected, you'll be able to play. The back arrow button, which is just the left of that and points to the left into the line, is a reset feature. So let me show you how these work. So if I have a loop set going, the green play button will light up, and then the back arrow will turn to a stop feature in the upper section. I want you to watch the top of the iPad very closely to see what happens when I do it. Okay, notice I hit the stop button at the top. It went back to reset. I'm going to do this again. I hit the stop feature. Notice it's in pause format right now. If I hit the green play, it'll resume. And now if I hit the back arrow button just to the left, that will reset it and turn off loop number 7. Now what I'm going to do, and what I want you to do, is I want you to create a little recording with me. Those two buttons at the top that we've used the most are our controls. They're our master controls for the loop set. What GarageBand does is it allows you to have a platform open like this, and you can explore it and play around with it, but then you can also record it and export it and share the sounds that you like. So this is where you become an arranger of music, where you are going to arrange a different format of music than from what maybe another classmate would, or another student, or another person using this device. Because all of our tastes are different, all of our ideas of what good music have are different as well. See the red button right next to the play button? That is your record button. Now the way that this works, once you hit that record button, it's going to record each and every sound that you have GarageBand do. So you have to have a plan. What I strongly recommend is, with your iPads, don't go over 30 measures. Technically, GarageBand could record for up to an hour, hour and a half. But if you do that, you're going to fry your memory, and your iPad isn't going to like you very much. It's not going to work for you. So you'll notice once I hit record, it's going to do a 1, 2, 3, 4 count off, and it's going to record it all along the top. You're going to see a little red bar recording along the measure lines. Let's explore that now together as I do this. I'm going to just create a little song, and when you see me hit the 30 region, it's going to slow down and stop. So let's give this a try. I'm going to hit the record. Notice the red bars across the top are rewriting the song. As it loops around, I'm changing my tone. Alright, as you noticed, I went through and I used a select series of numbers. I did 1, 2, 3, then I believe I went to 8, 7, 9, 10, and 11. Those were my favorite sound sets that I have been working with when I was creating and trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my recording. Could I have edited in individual tones? I certainly could have. Now you'll notice at the top of the screen, I have my measures. Notice it says 1 bar at the right. There's a plus symbol. I could always add another section. But again, for what we're using this purpose for in these early stages of GarageBand learning, I'm just going to have you do the basic set until we start talking about tracks in a later lesson. For now, notice a couple of things. Right next to the recorder is a little slider. I can slide it over to the left, turning down my volume. I can slide it over to the right, turning up my volume. There's also something called a metronome. If you have that on, it's going to make a clicking sound. Most people prefer to have it off in loops, but when we come back to tracks, we'll be using that as well. These other two settings, the gear and the loop on the side, we're going to talk about in a later lesson. Now, though, we can go back to our master controls and we can play around with our sound. So I'm going to hit play and see what it sounds like. And if I were to keep going, you would hear the exact same pattern that I played just a few moments ago for you because it's what I recorded. Now there's one more neat feature that we're going to talk about. When you close out of GarageBand, it auto saves. So this recording that you just created is going to appear as a new song when you open up GarageBand for the very first time. And when you close out, like I'm about to do now, and go back in, it'll still pop up as the main screen, but as we add more and more different sounds and different things to our GarageBand file, you're going to want to start saving those. So take a look at my saving feature video so that you know how to save these loops so you can find them easily if someone else grabs your iPad and opens something different, or if you want to go back to a previous recorded set.